God did not create a world in which he will not be needed. This world is not being run by scientists. This world is not being run by pastors. This world is not being run by imams. This world is being run by the monarch of the universe. His name is Jesus. God is the judge of the earth. That's what the Bible tells us in Genesis chapter 18. The judge of the earth. Shall the judge of the earth not be? When Abraham was speaking about Lot, he's the judge of the earth. He judges. By him actions are weighed. He sees what nobody sees, and he rewards. Honor is a seed. I'm giving you quite a few scriptures, and I want to add more. You find that in Galatians 6 verse 7. Be not deceived. Galatians 6 7. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Now, let's begin to break it. When I'm teaching you about honor this morning, I want to break it into two broad groups. Honor that is vertical, from down to up. Then honor that is horizontal, side to side. Even that one that is horizontal, I'm going to break it into four. So let's talk about this one first. Horizontal. We're talking about the blessing of honor. And in that class, that horizontal class, let's start with the honor you give to God, your maker. Revelation chapter 4 and verse number 11. Revelations 4:11. Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power. For thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created. You, O God, honor. Don't ever let anything enter your head that will make you dishonor God. Go and ask Nebuchadnezzar. In my village they call him Obato Juni Lotole Juninu. He can throw you away. Remember the scripture. If you sin against people, you can send people to beg them. You can even send God to beg them. But if you sin against God, therefore tread softly. Choose the way you will honor God. Make up your mind that when God looks down from heaven and is looking for the people that honor him, you'll be one of them. Honor any way you can express it to God. I'm a Yoruba girl, and our topmost way of expressing honor as females is kneeling down. So I give that to my husband, I give that to God. I remember there was a year in this sanctuary, our children were coming from Covenant University, and they were involved in an accident. Our children were the most wounded. We brought other children, other people's children from Futa, it was a bus that my husband sent. And I remember it was a Saturday evening. I was sweeping here in church when my husband called me to tell me that he was on his way to rescue them. So Sunday morning we had to do Thanksgiving. From this particular door, that particular door, when I got to church, I went on my knees and knelt before I got to my seat. It's my personal way of showing God honor. Your own may be prostrating before him. Sometimes I see the bishop remove his garment and he's putting it on the floor. Make sure that you customize honor for God. Whether it's in your bedroom, whether it's your bathroom, let God judge you faithful when it comes to honoring him. Please, no matter what you become, don't be psychedelic before God. 2 Samuel chapter number 6. 2 Samuel 6. David was the only person in the Old Testament that operated as a king, as a priest, as a prophet, all at the same time. King Saul tried it. God dealt with him. David was a king. The only king that saw his son reign while he was alive. David was a priest. David was a prophet. He wore the linen ephod in 2 Samuel chapter 6. He was the one that prophesied Psalm 22. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? David saw Jesus Christ on the cross and he operated as an apostolic prophet. Why have you forsaken me? He was the one that prophesied Psalm 23, talking about Jesus in the grave. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. He operated as an apostolic prophet. He was the one that prophesied in Psalm 24, talking about Jesus' resurrection. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lifted up, ye everlasting doors, and let the King of glory come in. He operated. But when it came to worship and honor, he forgot his portfolio. All this kneeling down and scrubbing your feet because your dress is dirty while you were honoring God. Stop it. All this putting your hand in your pocket during praise worship time and being on Instagram. Being on Instagram as I speak now is dishonoring to God. Facebook knows you. It's better to be cursed than to be unblessed. If you want to go and see the queen when she was alive, who born your father that you even take your phone there? One of my proteges used to work at Buckingham Palace. She was here for daddy's birthday. She told me that after the queen has even seen you, you cannot turn your back on the queen. This is how you walk. Ordinary queen of the earth. You come to church, you cross your leg, you're on Facebook. You're on Instagram. And say these old school people have come. It is this old schoolness that brought us to where we are today. Customize honor for God. Let God know when you get into his presence. Today he has come. Stop everything. Let's listen to him. I'm sorry to say this. It's not for self-aggrandizement. It's one of the reasons my mates cannot catch up with me. I know, I have studied David. I know how to corner God. I'm not perfect. I have plenty weaknesses, but God has a way of defending me. Defending me in a way that he even told me that I will be sorry when he starts to defend me. Corner God with honor. In my village, they say if a dog is mad, it will know his owner. Know your owner. Psalm 100, beginning from verse 1. He made us. Not only did he create us, he made us. Whatever we are, he made us. John chapter 3 and verse 27. John 3:27. For a man can receive nothing, absolutely nothing, money, beauty, position, connection, except it be given to him from above. I've been to school when they gave us the question paper and one of the students ran mad from the exam hall. So don't tell me it's because you know that's why you have a first class. Paul may plant, Apollos may water. There is a God in heaven that runs this universe. You don't run this universe. I don't. Our parents don't run this universe. There's a God. And it's either he's Lord of all or he's Lord of none. He will never, he's a jealous God. He will never allow anybody to compete with him. He's God. Give him honor.